Today we're going to be going over what we learned last week, so nothing will be new today. We're going to learn how to determine slope, and what is slope also referred to as? Rate, and you can also call it rate of change. Rate and rate of change mean the same thing, okay? So how are we going to find slope from a table? What button in our calculator? Stat. Everybody write that down. Stat. So we're going to go do an example right here. So everybody get your calculators. We're only going to do like one example, so you need to pay attention. So let's hit the stat button. Now what do I hit? Edit. How do I clear my list? I'm going to go up and hit clear and then down. Then I'm going to go up and hit clear and then down. So our list should be new. Okay, so a brand new list. We're going to go type these in. So I have -3 and then enter. Y'all should remember this from last week, yes? 0, enter, 3, enter, 4, enter, 5, enter. I don't see everybody participating. Okay, then I'm going to go over and I'm going to put the y's in L2. So I'm going to type in -6, enter, 0, 6, 8, and 10. Did everybody get it put in? Where did I get these numbers from? From this table right in front of you. Okay? Now where do I go? Who remembers? Hit stat again. Arrow over to calc. And then which option? 4. And if you don't remember, it says AX plus B. So hit option 4. And then you're just going to hit enter until it gives you the answer. The answer is the A equals. So the slope is 2. Now, you're going to be doing this on your own. So if you want to put little notes over here, write them right now. I'm not going to remind you. You're going to go to Stat, Edit. You're going to put your list in. I'm not going to write that down. Okay? Then you're going to go to Stat, arrow to Calc, choose option 4, and then just enter until it gives you the answer. The answer is the A equals. Write that down if you think you might forget it. Okay, everybody got it? Now, what about from 2 points? I taught y'all how to use the slope formula. Do y'all like that, or do you like stat better? Which one do you like better? If I had to vote, it would be stat. So I'm going to tell y'all, do stat on these. Write it down. But to do stat, you have to make a table out of these 2 coordinates. So you're going to go like this. And you're going to drop them into a table. When x is 5, y is 3. How would I write this? When x is, anybody? -2, y is -4. So all you're going to do is make a table so that you can go put these in L1 and these in L2. If you do it like this, you will probably make a mistake. Okay, so let's go to stat and put it in again. Okay, where do I go? Stat what? Edit. How do I clear my list? Go up, hit clear, go down. When x is 5 and x is -2, 5 goes with 3 and -2 goes with -4. Make your table. Now I'm going to hit Stat Calc. What option do I choose? 4. And what is the slope? 1. That is called the rate of change, the slope. Are y'all good with stat for coordinates? What do you have to make out of it before you do stat? A table. This is the biggest thing, so put like a big old star. You've got to make yourself a little table out of the coordinates. All right, how do we find slope of a graph? I'll give you all a hint. Everybody look at me. Rise over run. Write it down. Rise over run. But if you're going to do rise over run, you better remember slope, dude. Going up from left to right is puff, puff, positive. Going down from left to right is nice, negative. If I ski on a 0 slope, I say this is 0 fun. And if I fall off the mountain because it's so steep, there's nothing there, I yell the worst curse word in math and algebra. Undefined. If you're going to do rise over run, you have to have these 4 slopes memorized, okay? So let's go do an example. Let's go do this example. What was the first thing I told y'all to do? Ask yourself what slope dude would say. What would slope dude say from left to right? Nice, negative. So my slope better have a negative sign on it. Which dot do I start with? The bottom one. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to count up until I get even with the next dot. How many spots did I rise up? 4. So my rise is 4. My run is going left, which tells me it's negative, but I already wrote that. So I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I must do what to my answer? Simplify it if it can. So I go to my home screen. I type in alpha y equals, and I put negative 4 over 5. Does it simplify? No. So that is my final answer. Please don't forget you have to simplify your answer in rise over run. And don't forget, stat will always give you your answer as a decimal or whole number. If it gives you a decimal, you've got to go back to your home screen. So say it gave me 0.2. I would go to my home screen, type it in, hit math, fraction, enter, and it would give me the rise over run as 1/5. Okay? All right, the last one, guys, these are the easiest questions ever. You don't need anything. You just look at it. And y equals mx plus b, which of these numbers is the slope? The number that's attached to the x. The x is not the slope. Do y'all hear me? The number attached to the x. So in this equation, what's the slope based off the position? That's your slope. If you say 2/3 x, it's wrong. The x is not the slope. The number attached to the x is. Did everybody hear me? That's going to be on your assignment today. It's going to give you an equation and say what's the slope. You don't need a calculator. You don't need to do rise over run. You just look at it. The number in that spot is the slope. Any questions at all? Is this review from last week? This should be easy, okay? All right, so you're going to do it like you always do it. I'll give you an answer sheet. You'll get it checked with me. Log into the Google Classroom.